All right, hey everybody, here's another video. Today we're talking about methods, but before that, we're gonna go back a little bit and talk about what's a program. So as we can see here from our slides, a program is a collection of useful actions that a computer performs and they solve a problem, right? So that's like those different math, the calculators, rock, paper, scissors, right? It's a set of instructions, computer executes them. But here's the thing. As we start making more complex programs, right, to solve more complex problems, there's going to be more and more lines, right, and they become difficult to manage. So that's where a method comes in. So there's a few different names for a method, right? They can also be referred to functions and procedures, but the best way to think of a method is as a sub-program, right? And I'll show you what I mean by this. But on the front end, it might seem like it's making the coding more complex. But in the long run, and especially if you take this in grade 12, right, it's actually going to make things easier, right? You can manage different sub-programs and add them, take them out. You'll see what I mean. Here's the other thing. So far, we've been programming everything in the main method, which is that public static void main part. So now we're actually going to be creating our own methods and we're going to be utilizing them. All right, so here's a quick example. I'm going to just jump straight to Eclipse. Perfect. All right, so this one is going to be for a soccer player. And here's the thing. So far, we've been coding everything in here between these two brackets, right? The public static void main. But now we're actually going to create our own methods out here. Okay, so down here. So because there's going to be a lot of different curly brackets, we can even label these. So I'm going to label this one as main method. And if you want to get more descriptive, closing main method. And this one is closing the class. Okay, so let's think about it. We're creating a soccer player, and there's things that a soccer player can do. So they can run, the run method. They can shoot. And we'll call this pass method. Okay, so this is how we're breaking it down. And if you notice, just like with the pseudocode, we started with comments, and now we're going to fill that in with regular code. All right, let's get back to our slides for a second. All right, so if we look at this, got the public static void main. When we create our own methods, we want to use these keywords. Don't worry too much about what they mean right now. We'll build on this in a later class, especially this void here. But just know that this do something is the name of the method, and we have these keywords, public static void, in front of it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use these. For the run method, we're using the keywords public static void, and we'll call this run. Okay, also notice, so the name of the method is run. And notice these these round brackets, open and close round brackets to the right of it. So in these cases today, we're not going to put anything in there, but in future classes, you actually can put some information in there to store. But today we'll keep it simple. Okay, so name of the method is run. And for now, we're going to put a print. This will say I'm running. Okay, if we run it, no pun intended, if we run the program, nothing happens. So in order to actually get this method to run or execute, we need to call it. So we need to call the method in the main method. So call the run method. And all you need to do for that is just put the name of the method, open close brackets. And now when we run it, no pun intended again, it executes, it runs, I'm running. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other two very quickly. So we can copy and paste, change this name to shoot. Change the message to I shot the ball. And we'll do this as well for a pass. The ball. Okay, so if we run it again, you'll notice it just says I'm running. And the reason is because we have only called the run method. So to call the other ones, you need to put their name, empty round brackets. Same thing, pass, empty round brackets. Yeah, and then there we go. We got I'm running, I shot the ball, I passed the ball. So here's another interesting thing you can do with this. Now that we have these subprograms created, you can actually call them multiple times. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to put in a bunch of runs. Now when I run it, so yep, we get a bunch of running. I'm running. Okay, right now, right, this is very simple. So it might seem like we're making things more complicated, but even just think about when we get to times when these methods contain like up to 10 lines, 20 lines, right? Imagine having to repeat that now, those 20 lines, we've got 6 different runs. So that's 6 times 20, that's 120 different lines you'd have to keep copy and pasting. But in here, right, subprogram is programmed once, and then we can run that method as many times as we want. All right, so in class, I'll have you guys create your own, right, try that out, create your own class, and then with 3 different methods, just like we did here. And then in future classes, we'll build off of this. All right, thanks guys, take care.